Right, for our final act in the first half, I'd like to introduce Steve Tasane. Steve I've known and read on platforms with for many years, about 20 years I suppose, despite our youthful appearance. Steve was a writer in residence for the Dickens year last year. He's also a novelist. His first novel comes out in October. It's called Blood Donors, and he is a very active and prominent poet, and he lives in the South Coast now, but we're glad to have him back up here in London in the Big Smoke, so please welcome Steve Tasane.
Thank you. Hello. That was great. Brilliant. Good example of polyvocal poetry. Really enjoyed that very much. Thank you. And yeah, okay. This is Save the Libraries. Speaks for itself. From Allen Ginsberg to J.K. Rowling, library closures have got us howling. If we shut the books, we snuff out literacy. Library closures are an act of idiocy. The illiterati of the Artless Party, led by Flashman and Moriarty, with Dracula and his stupid stooges, bite and cut like cruel Scrooges. So twist their tails, turn their tables, separate their facts from fables, and throw the book at 'em. A whole anthology, a hardback trilogy, make no apology, chuck 'em Ulysses, Homer's Odyssey, let Lady Chatterley cause controversy. If bibliophobia is the worst affliction, Dr. Seuss can cure that fear of fiction. Agatha Christie's going to solve that mystery. Who done it made the library's history. If pirates want our assets frozen, warm them up with some Michael Rosen. Stop that plot, don't let the bad guys hatch it. Lob Zephaniah, chuck 'em some Pratchett. Peter Pan will soon be hooking 'em. This madding crowd's gonna throw the book at 'em. The Dickensian link up with the Shakespearean. Just William joins the local librarians to stop the evil parliamentarians from swinging their axes like barbarians. Small print, large print, the whole compendium. An army of readers says we're defending 'em. The printed page is the deadliest media, so arm yourselves with an encyclopedia. Womble, Moomin, Jabberwock, Hobbit, each pick a book, each of 'em lob it. Growl like the Gruffalo, full and throaty, demand more books than Don Quixote. We won't shush, we won't keep quiet, our imaginations are running riot. Deny us libraries, let them try it, throw the book at 'em, we won't buy it. We want a word, we're gonna yell it out. Spill those beans, have we got to spell it out? Teach those villains their ABC. Reading ought to be easy and free, so throw the book at 'em, start defending. Throw the book at 'em, change the ending, beat the bad guys, foil their ploys, save the libraries. Make some noise.
Hooray.
There you go. Okay, good. Yeah, second piece. It's great when poems just speak for themselves, you don't have to introduce them. This is called Woman Song, and it goes like this. When I'm watching you, watching those men cocking their heads at that girl with the low-cut, long-legged, skinny, ribbed red lip, drooling and pinching and panting, their hate lust winking at them from the slit at the tip of their dick. I've got my fingers curled in yours, but I want to scratch out the eyes of their world. When I hear you rage against the abuse of the poor and the young and the weak and the old, by the rich and the strong and the white and the male, like some pre-PC cliched feminist sister, as we snuggle closer together for comfort. If I could start the war, to end all war, I'm a man, I'd happily declare it. When I feel the tears leaking from your cheeks onto my grizzled skin, and sobs quaking through your taut, curled baby ball, I want to pummel the face of every man who ever set himself against you. I desire his blood flowing like your tears. But when I hear you sing the song that sets our souls in motion, when I hear you share your song of simple celebration, when I hear you share your song like the sound of creation itself, I want to forgive this warped world everything. When your laughter lifts an entire room, because even bricks break into dance at the sight of your smile, all that pain was just the creaking of my bones setting themselves straight for the moment when you make my heart rampant and my blood gush into your groove. When I watch you do the boogie, ripe and breezy, your hungry hips swiveling and the balls of your feet arching like woken erogenous zones, I want to lead that ugly bully in the last slow dance at the disco. Take his hand as the lights go low and whisper sweet nothings he swore he'd never hear. When you dance through the desert, you make it beam like a beach, because you turn war zones into playgrounds and make machine guns buzz like midsummer bees. With your laughter tickling my lips, your dance steps caressing my spine, and your whispers warming my heart, I know now, if I need to be strong, I must unclench these fists, open myself, and simply hear your woman song. I'm whizzing through them. Yeah, okay. This one is it's called My Old China. I did a writing residency for an organisation called Spread the Word a couple of years ago, celebrating Lambeth Walk, which was one of the great market streets of London pre-war, and one of the originators of Cockney rhyming slang. And part of the project inspired me to write this piece that was celebrating Cockney rhyming slang, which I assume most people have no examples of Cockney rhyming slang.
Browns and list.
Rams and list, pissed,
Apples and pears.
apple and pears, stairs, skin and blister, sister, all those kind of things. Yeah? Does that ring bells with you? Okay, so half of you, luckily, the poem that I wrote is made up of alternate lines. The first line is rhyming slang, and the second line is the interpretation of the rhyming slang. So, even if you've got no idea what rhyming slang is, if you listen close, you'll hear what the poem is. And I'm sure some of these will ring a bell. So this is a celebration of the old London language, London working class language, Cockney rhyming slang. And it's an example of all of those rhyming phrases and tells a little story. So it goes like this. Had a bull and cow with my trouble and strife, a blazing row with my beautiful wife. All Punch and Judy, she ruined your Brinner, got all moody and burnt me dinner. So I put me dustbin lid to Uncle Ted, sent me kids right off to bed, and took a Duke of York down the Frog and Toad. Went for a walk straight down the road, for a tiddly-wink in the rubber-dub, a little drink down the local pub. I get me pig's ear and me linen draper, grab myself a beer and read me paper. But I clock a fridge freezer who's barney rubble, see this geezer who looks like trouble. He's got mince pies like a Bengal lancer, I can tell by his eyes he's a total chancer. His whistling suit's a bit Westminster Abbey, he's wearing a suit worn out and shabby. There's a big Jack Doyle on his Gregory Peck, horrible boil growing on his neck. He's a babbling brook, behind with the rent, a common crook, completely bent. Goes to our Finch, my bangers and Nash, tries to pinch my hard-earned cash from the weasel and stoat on the Cain and Abel, from the overcoat I left on the table. So I grab his Peckham Rye and break his Bexley Heath, grab his tie, smash his teeth, go chicken oriental, give him Omar Sharif, go a bit mental, give him grief. When I've lemon squashed a bit of Roy Hood, gone and washed off all the blood, I have a butcher's hook. I can't believe it. I take a look, I can't believe it. I'm a bit Pete Tong. He's no, what is he? He's no, I'm a bit Pete Tong. He's no Glasgow Ranger. I got it wrong. He's no stranger. He's the China plate from the Daft and Barmy, an old mate I knew in the army. When he had a rubber glove for my skin and blister, fell in love with my little sister. He gave tomfoolery and April showers, gifts of jewellery and bunches of flowers, and his horse and cart, and that's brass tacks. He gave her his heart, and that's the facts. But a Derry and Tom left him half brown bread, a bloody bomb left him nearly dead. Without a weaver's chair, it was Richard Burton's. He hadn't a prayer, it should have been curtains, but he bust his ham and eggs, was raspberry rippled. He broke his legs, he left him crippled. Now I'm cash and carried, but he's Pat Malone. I got married, but he's on his own. I say it's donkey's ears, drop your fife and drum. It must be years. Must be years. Well, it must be years. Why not pack your bum? Don't be Moby Dick, have a dicky bird. Don't look so sick, let's have a word. You're a tea leaf, 'cause you're Barasset lint. You're only a thief 'cause you're totally skint. Without a Brussels sprout, you need a cheesy quaver. Without a doubt, you need a favour. No bottle and stopper, no bucket and pail. I won't call no copper or you'll go to jail. I won't inky smudge, I'll just Donald Duck. I won't judge you, I'll just wish you luck. Be an artful dodger at our cat and mouse. Be a lodger, stay at our house. So we chew the fat, have a hat and scarf, have a bit of a chat and proper laugh. The rabbit and pork is lemon squeezy, enjoying the talk is totally easy with a Vera Lynn and a pocket watch, a shot of gin and a drop of scotch. We take an OXO cube for a Ruby Murray, hop on a tube to go for a curry, take a jet fighter to Santa's grotto, enjoy an all-nighter and get totally blotto. Now, this one I really do not know, so here we do have the paper. This is relatively new. It's a little short piece, finish off the first half. It's called Coalition. And it's about Mr. Cameron and Mr. Clegg. And it goes like this. Coalition. Clegg and Cam, cheese and ham. Bill and Ben, Barbie and Ken. suit and tie, noose and neck, beck and call, posh and becks. Car and crash, oil and ash, cut and paste, ass and face. Charles and Di, who and why, mills and boon, doom and gloom, bribe and pride, bike and ride, dumb and dim, coke and pims, fly and shit, twat and twit, cash and bank, wink and wank, ant and deck, cunt and dick, con and lib, con and fib, ham and egg, cam and clegg. Thank you. I'm back in the second half. I meant to say I've got two books here, which is My Old China with rhyming slang piece in, and from my residency on Dickens 2012, a verse adaptation of the Old Curiosity Shop with a couple of other poems, and there's other Cockney poems and Cockney history in My Old China, and they were part of the project. So they need to go. There's a hat there. It's a poetry hat, and what you can do is you can take a book and just smile at the hat, or you can take a book and put 50p in the hat, or £5 in the hat, or whatever, depending on how much money you've got. But either way, take a book and either smile at the hat or put some money in it. They need to go, so do please, if you're skint, take a book anyway, because we've got to read the books. So there we go. Thank you very much.